there he is.
Kind of orienting us to this space that we're in. Maddie has the leadership. Hello. I was saying there's got to be some joke about the priest looking for the party space, but it's here. You have a few minutes. We're just getting started. So, Maddie has the leadership style of a backstage manager instead of a frontman guitar man. And what I mean by that is she would prefer to sit back here in the corner, but I really think that the story, in terms of how we get to this point, is in part because of this really impressive, awesome, organizing woman, Madeline Suggs.
Thank you.
And so what I would like to do is just tell you really briefly about why we're here tonight, and then I would like to invite you, Martha, to say a word, if you don't mind, about just the idea of interfaith dialogue, and your work that you've done to kind of organize us so that we don't think that we're the only ones doing this or that this is just happening in a silo, because it's not. But a little bit over a year ago, at about 11 o'clock in the morning in Pikesville at the Carter Heights HBCC, I attended a trialogue, a panel of 3 faith leaders. My friend and colleague Tariq was one of them, along with 2 other colleagues, and I ended up sitting across the table as a participant to my now friend and colleague Jim Hamilton, and Madeline walked up to the 2 of us and said, "Oh, it's so great you're sitting with each other because you need to talk to each other." He's taking people to the bar in Canton, and for those of you who don't know, I have a reputation that I constantly try and overcome, which is that I am the rabbi on the move, often meeting people in the bars for happy hour. Although I like to say I'm a roaming rabbi more than the rabbi in the bars. However, Jim and I connected, and after hearing Tariq speak, we circled back with Madeline and said, this conversation should really not just be happening in Park Heights at 11 a.m. in Heights on a Tuesday morning, but it should be happening at times and in places where maybe we'll get other people around the table so that we can plant seeds of this happening in other places. And so for the last year, once a month, probably my favorite meeting of the month, is that Madeline and Jim and Tariq and I meet together at the One World Café up the street, and we've just been planting seeds and growing relationships with each other. And what we are here to do tonight is actually our first conversation that we're going to now open up and engage with people who are a part of our community, who are here for probably a variety of reasons, but I'm going to assume interested in this conversation, and see where it takes us. Yeah, or at least see what the heck it is we're going to talk about. But before we actually get started, Martha, would you mind introducing yourself and just saying one word about kind of your vantage point of interfaith conversation, and one line if you want. Maddie told me that you were words.
Yeah.
Well, not just one word.
You have more than one word. We'll give you more than one word. Well, I've been sharing interfaith and interethnic with the Baltimore Jewish Council for longer than I care to tell you, but I am so excited about this. First of all, I'm so excited that because of Maddie's hard work, we finally decided that this is not going to be at noon uptown anymore. When I see all these young people, I bring up the average age. I'm loving this podcast. This is so worthwhile. And this is what falls to me. Well, lots of money with that. In any case, welcome to all of you. I'm not going to take up any more time. It's really an exciting group we have here. Thank you all for coming. And thank you, Maddie.
So we're going to get started, I think, in just a second, but some of you have already been here for a few minutes, and I'm hoping you'd already introduce yourself. But you could just turn to one person close to you that you don't actually know, that you haven't come with, maybe. It might require you getting out of your seat for just 1 second. And introduce yourself, and maybe just say one sentence about why you're here tonight or something you're interested in. And while we won't all get to hear it, at least you'll get to hear it and meet someone new. And that would be a great way for us to get started.
When you're finished introducing yourselves, maybe you can
I feel like if you're sitting